Hello guys, I hope you all are doing good. I am Vaishali Kikan and we are discussing the optical communication. So this is the next video on optical communication, and today in this video we are going to talk about the critical angle and the total internal reflection. Both of them are really important in optical communication subject, and I hope you all are watching this video with your utmost attention. I hope you all have watched all of the previous videos on optical communication. If not, at least watch the previous video where I talked about the ray model of the light, because I am going to take some concept from there. In the previous video, I talked about two laws. The first law was saying that the angle of incidence will be equal to the angle of reflection, and according to the second law, which was given by the Snell's law, I told you sine of phi 1 upon sine of phi 2 will be equal to n2 upon n1, or I can say n1 sine of phi 1 will be equal to n2 sine of phi 2. So these are the two laws that we had already talked about. Now coming to the light rays. Okay, so let's take the three scenarios. This is the first scenario. Right, so now here we have any incident ray. So this is my incident ray I. So here we have, this is my first material, this is my second material, this is my N1, this is my N2. So now I have the condition that N2 is less than N1. So N1 is optically denser. Again, this is my first material, second material N1, and N2 again. N2 is lesser than N1. This is again my first material, second material N1 and N2, and N2 is lesser than N1. So all of them I have the same material. Now I have the incident light in the first case, which is making the angle phi 1 with the normal, right? So when it is going to the interface between the material 1 and the material 2, both of them are transparent to the optical light that we have. So some of the light will get partially reflected. So this is my partially reflected light. Now what will happen here? Here the light is going to move away from the normal. Right, so here I have the angle phi 2 which is greater than phi 1. ठीक है? Okay, the angle phi 1 is greater. Okay, the angle phi 1 is lesser than the angle phi 2. So now what I can do? I can increase the angle. So if I increase the angle of incidence, so let's suppose I am increasing the angle of incidence. So this is my new angle of incidence, right? I am denoting it with angle phi 1 dash, right? So here I have this to be my incident light. Again, some of the light will get partially reflected, so I am denoting it with PR, and now I am taking the angle in such a manner that this refracted light is moving in the same direction as the interface of the material. So now I have increased the angle of incidence such that the angle of refraction phi 2 dash, here this is my phi 2 dash, it has become equal to 90 degrees. So the angle of incidence phi 1 dash at which phi 2 dash will be equal to 90 degree is the critical angle. Right, so now I know my ray is moving in this direction, and now I know the Snell's law as well. According to the Snell's law, N1 sine phi 1 is equal to N2 sine phi 2, right? So now what is N1 over here? N1 is N1, phi 1 is phi 1 dash. So N1 sine phi 1 dash will be equal to what is N2? N2 is N2 phi 2 is 90 degree. So N2 sine 90 degree, right? So now sine of 90 is 1. I know that, so I can simplify. I can write N1 sine of phi 1 is equal to N2 into 1, which is N2. So sine of phi 1, here the phi 1 is critical angle, so I can denote it as phi c. So as it is a critical angle, I am denoting it with the subscript c. So sine phi c will be equal to N2 upon N1. Now if I have to find out specifically the critical angle phi c, it will be equal to sine inverse N2 upon N1. Right, so this is how I can find out the critical angle. I hope you understood this. Now coming to the total internal reflection. So now again I have the incident light. So now I am again increasing the angle. So this is my angle phi 1. This is my first wave. So here in this case I was having the refracted as well as partially reflected light. So this was my second case. In the second case I had the angle phi 1 dash, and in this case I was having only the light which is refracted at the critical angle 90 degree from the normal. So I had some partially 90 degree from the normal, and further I had the partially reflected light as well. So after that, if I again keep on increasing the angle, so this is my third ray. So this is my, let's suppose angle is phi t. At the angle phi t, now the ray is moving inside. So here it will move away from the normal, and already it had the angle 90 degrees. So my angle would be greater than 90 degree. So now my ray will be totally reflected inside in the same medium. So if I have this to be my incident angle, so at phi t incident angle, where the condition is that angle of phi t is greater than critical angle phi c. So when I have the phi t greater than phi c, all of my incident ray is going to reflected back in the same medium. Right, so this is called total internal reflection. Now if I have any optical fiber, I have already talked about the structure of the optical fiber. In the structure of the optical fiber, I had this core and then I had the cladding. So the core will be having the higher refractive index than the cladding. So N1 is greater than N2 here. Now if the light is sent over here, so if I am sending the light in such a manner that it will be having the higher angle than the critical angle, then this light is going to reflect. Okay, so we will be having total internal reflection. Again from here it is going to reflect. So in this manner the light is going to propagate throughout the optical fiber. Now if I have the discontinuity, so if I have the discontinuity at the interface of core and cladding, so in this case, let's suppose here I had discontinuity, here I had discontinuity. So what will happen? Some of the light is going to penetrate into the cladding as well. So what will happen? The light is going to give me, this light is going to give me the reflection losses. So now here I will be having reflection losses and I will be having lesser efficiency. So I hope you understood the various things associated with the critical angle and the total internal reflection. I hope you understood each one of the concept. If you have still any kind of doubt, you can put the doubt in the comment and I am going to revert to you as soon as possible. I hope you like this session. If you like it, please push the like button, subscribe to the channel, give me your valuable feedback, and thank you so much.